Hey y'all! So for February, we just wanted to show you a couple of things going on here in our garden. So to start with, I'm sure you can notice that this giant tree that we used to have right here in the middle of what we're calling our breakfast garden, that tree has been removed. I showed you last month how it was showing damage from insect borers. So they came, they cut that down, they grinded the stump. They said that the insects had moved on, but the tree just couldn't recover. So it was kind of rotted from the inside out. If we move kind of down, so here we've planted two of our blueberries that we brought from Brooklyn, but we planted one of the blueberries here and one of the blueberries here, and we do have the tags inside. They did kind of suffer a little. I think this one the most. You can see the stem is really weak here, but they all have buds, so I'm not going to be too worried until the spring and summer comes. If they don't leaf out, then I know I have something to worry about. We're starting our garden with the blueberries, and then we'll go and plant our nectarines and our service berries as well. Okay, next surprise. Oh, another thing. They completely demolished my daffodils and tulips. Remember, I planted that huge drift right in front of that giant tree. Demolished it. They kind of stepped on them a little bit when they were cutting the tree down, but when they finally came in with the stump grinder, it was like, it was over. There was no saving it. Here, all of the daffodils and tulips are starting to come up. I don't know what keeps happening to the mulch. I've mulched this area at least 3 times already this winter. I think the squirrels and the birds are making a home out of it, but that's just me. But I love seeing all of the tulips popping up. And those daffodils, I did not plant those daffodils. They just, I guess, were already here. I think the weed guard was stopping them from coming up. So since I had to cut the weed guard to get the tulips planted, I think the daffodils are kind of resurfacing whatever daffodils were already there. Look at this tulip. I think it's going to be so cool. Isn't that striking? The red stripe. Isn't that so cool? Here, I did not plant these either. But if you can see, this one already has like a little flower head. My goodness. What is it? Somebody else planted these, but they are coming up. Over to the back now. Okay, this is the biggest surprise of them all. The hedging is gone. All of it gone, 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 gone. Remember I told you there was like 4 feet of space? Pretty positive I was right. It's so spacious back here. The dogs are going nuts. They love it. I love it. You can see the sun a little bit more coming back here. It's not getting shaded out by too many things. I don't know. I don't have any words. I'm just so excited. It's so spacious. Come on. We're going to do a garden here, maybe a bench in the middle. They're coming back. Well, it's supposed to be today, but we've been having some problems with the company, just scheduling wise and them finishing the job wise. But they were supposed to be here Saturday so we could do the garden tour yesterday, but they didn't end up coming out. So hopefully they'll be here today is what we were told. And they'll grind out the rest of these stumps. Then we can really get started on putting our raised beds in. So let's check on the tulips. Let's go this way. Oh, and I have been watching this spot like a hawk. It does get sun. It gets super early morning sun. Like the first sun that hits right here, hits right in the back here, and it skims right here. And I did see a little bulb action when I was digging through here, being super curious. See, right there. Oh, and right there. So it's not getting a whole bunch, but it's getting enough to create a little action here. So here, I think we might get a show. I don't know. We might be looking forward to some blooms here. Cover those back up. I was being nosy and I saw that, so I figured I'd show you. So right here, I have plans right here to dig this out, whatever it is, take it out, and plant some hydrangeas. So my plan is to put 2, maybe 3 Zinfandel hydrangeas right here. Oh my gosh, I will die from that bloom show because I want it to be a little secret garden-esque. So walking down through this way, if these are Zinfandel hydrangeas, I have some peonies that Daniel bought me for my birthday. They are like different shades of pink. I'm thinking I tuck them on this side or maybe in front of the Zinfandel. I just don't want them to get shrouded out. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking if this is just a beautiful showcase of pink flowers, I will. It's my favorite color. I don't know if you can tell. So that's my I haven't worked it out in my brain, but so I know in my last video I was saying this is where I wanted to put my moon garden, but Daniel kind of talked me out of it. Not the moon garden, but the placement of it. Because this goes, I want the walkway to kind of curve this way. So this can really be a show over here. So if I'm gonna do that, my plan is still to put my greenhouse over here. I think that that's a really good placement for it. And then I'm thinking to do the moon garden sort of in the corner over here. There's less light over here, and I feel like that also might be a little bit more reflecting and beautiful. But a full circle here, seating, and maybe a little fireplace or a little fire pit, and then white blooms all around the outside of the circle. I think that would be really beautiful. But who knows, because my ideas seem to change once a month. So this is my paper bark maple. We had to move it while they were coming to break down the stumps and pull down the branches and whatnot. But look at this winter interest. Isn't this just the coolest thing? The way it sheds like that. Oh, it's so cool. Up here, even is, I love it. I just love it. And I always think this one is dead. I've only had it for like a year now, and I can never tell, are you okay? So hopefully it's okay. I don't know. And then last thing, because like I said, it's February, there's really nothing going on, but one more thing I want to show you. Oh, it's so spacious without the bushes. I want to move this today. I'm going to go to Home Depot and get a little trolley and move this because they keep pushing it up against the wall and breaking my branches. So I'm going to move it. And the same with my nectarine. They're starting to break my branches off, like right here. They snapped my branches. So I'm going to move this today. I want to get a little trolley and get this out of the way. But my hydrangea is coming back. It's got some green. And that is exciting because I killed 3 hydrangeas last year. So now I know I'm not a hydrangea murderer. Just didn't like the area. I think. Okay. And I planted a dogwood right here because I needed to get it out of its pot while it was freezing outside. And I ripped up a juniper in there because it was so dead. It was actually making me sad. The same with this juniper. It's not as bad as the other one, but if you look underneath here, that doesn't even look happy. Some of the branches just snap off, full-blown snap. It just hasn't been properly cared for. So I wanted to get it taken out, but we have to do things little by little. Daniel's really great at kind of managing my thoughts and ideas and saying, we can do this and maybe we do this next year. So I basically went through the house and marked with Post-its all of the trees and bushes that needed to come out. I really think he came behind me and was like, nope, nope, nope. This, I think we're going to manage by just turning it into a pom-pom, which I think somebody already tried to do, but the rhododendron is kind of shrouding it out. I love the rhododendrons. I think they're beautiful. I'm thinking about moving them over to a different area, but I love them and I want to keep them. We do have some cherry laurels. I want to see them bloom, but I also just think because of the dogs, we might have to just take them out, and I'm going to give them to my aunt. She actually expressed some interest in them and really loves them. So I'm going to go ahead and rehome those with my aunt, and she can take care of them and love them there. And our plan here with this giant pine tree that I love but hate where they planted it, we're going to trim it up kind of like a lollipop, and hopefully that will bring some light to the bottom. I just hate when people put giant trees in the front of a garden bed because then it kind of limits what I can put behind it. It's taking up all of the sun. And it's just huge. I love the shape of it. I love pine trees. I'm just like, did it have to be right here? But we're going to make it work because we can't move this. And I love it, and Daniel really loves it. So, okay, that's going to be it for our garden tour today. Like I said, there just really isn't much going on here in February. We're just getting some much needed projects done. When things are diseased and falling and dangerous, like I really feel like those have to be taken care of immediately. And otherwise, if things just aren't your style, like those hedges, they weren't necessarily old or dying, but to me, they just were unnecessary. We already have a fence there. The bushes to me were just repetitive and kind of redundant and unnecessary. And it took up a lot of space. So hopefully next time we take you around, we'll see a lot of spring blooms. We're impatiently awaiting those. But that's all for now. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye.